Well, hello there. Today is the 30th, day 30 of the Every Bit Counts challenge. Well, as you can see, I just got done picking the last remaining tomatoes that I have. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet, but you can see I have a couple green ones and not so red. So I'll figure out what to do with them today. I also plan on going out to my garden and picking the remaining spaghetti squash and butternut squash. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to show you a recipe that I use that I put on my shelves. It is brownies in a jar, and it's a great thing to throw on your shelf, and a last minute thing you need some brownies to make some brownies. So stay tuned. So this is how I do it. I make up my mix, all the dry ingredients. Then on a jar, I write down what it is and then add. And all I need to add is 2 eggs, a half a cup of oil, and a teaspoon of vanilla. I bake it at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. And that's it. So let's get going with the recipe. Now here is the recipe card, just in case you would like to screenshot it. So in the jar I put a cup of sugar, a half a cup of flour, a third a cup of cocoa, a quarter a teaspoon of baking powder, and a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so you have your jar mix. Just got to open up the jar now. There it goes. Just take out everything out of your jar. Add in your half a cup of oil. Your 2 eggs. And your tablespoon of vanilla. Mix it up. Now, how easy is this? It's a quick dessert that's there for you. Like I said, how quick can you get? I mean, this is super easy. And just think afterwards, my jar is all ready for the next group to be made and put in it. I try to always have a minimum of 2 jars of this made up and on my shelf. Now I just have to get my pan. And I use silicone pans. Get your pan and isn't this cute? I make my own oil. I just use my own oil, so I don't have to go buy Pam. And these are fairly cheap. What's in there? Oh, okay. Then just pour your mix on. This would be so easy that you could get your kids to do it. Let them have fun in the beginning. Let them make up the mix. And just spread it out. And then, like I said, bake it at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. Well, like I said to you, I've got an empty jar, so I gotta fill it. So let's get filling it. So we need 1 cup of sugar. So I'm just using a half a cup because I had it already out. So 1 cup of sugar. We need a half a cup of flour. I need 1/3 of a cup of cocoa. Oh, good. And I get this cocoa at Walmart. It's their great value, and it's very good. 1/3 of a cup of cocoa. A 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And that's it. Mix it up. Throw it in the jar that you already have. And see? Like I said, this is a fun job for kids. And if you're homeschooling, if you turn around and have the kids like measure out and stuff like that, it's a great learning tool. And there it is. Sometimes I miss the jar, but and then when you go to make it, it's another learning tool for the kids for measuring. Even if your kids aren't homeschooled, there's nothing saying that you can't teach your kids or grandkids or whatever to do things at home when they're not at school. It's just another learning tool. My daughter's 30 years old. She doesn't have any kids. Well, no, excuse me, 29 years old. She doesn't have any kids yet, so I can't teach anybody. And she lives 6 hours away, so I'm not going to call her up and say, come on over and you can make some brownie mix. And this is all shelf stable. And there it all is. Brownie mix in a jar. Well, thanks for visiting the Paletti Rosa homestead. Like I said, today is day 30. I have 1 more day of the challenge. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but we will see. So if you haven't given me a thumbs up, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to my page, I hope you will. God bless everyone.